So this was a interesting response. All right, starting off right away, I do want to go ahead and put this out there. Al Golden was not the person who drafted Shemar Stewart, okay? I think a lot of people are getting confused by this. The person who drafted Shemar Stewart was Duke Tobin, Zach Taylor, probably a little bit of input from Katie Blackburn, but majority of the draft picks fall on Duke Tobin, okay? Yes, there's times where other people give their inputs, but the guy who pulls the trigger in sense is Duke Tobin, okay? He's not good at drafting. Now, I'm not saying that in any way to, again, take away from Shemar Stewart. What I'm saying is Duke Tobin is the one to blame. A lot of people are blaming Al Golden now because, yes, his statements he made were kind of out of left field. But the reason why is because, again, you got to keep in mind, he didn't draft this guy, okay? Imagine you work somewhere, and now your boss went ahead and got someone, hired someone. You don't know who they are. You don't know as much about them. Because keep in mind, Al Golden last year was the defense coordinator for Notre Dame, and he was the last couple years. So you know maybe of the person, but you don't know that much about the person. And now they brought him in, and that night you're getting interviewed about the new guy. You're going to be like, yeah, I know of him. And that's kind of what this is, okay? He didn't draft him. I'm sure he did a quick analysis on him of who he is, where he went to college, all the information. But I don't think it was that much of an in-depth look. Now, based on what we saw last night, and I do want to bring this up too, for those who are saying, well, when they brought him in, didn't Al Golden talk to him because he's defense coordinator? Well, according to Shemar Stewart, Trags on Twitter, Mike, says he doesn't recall any pre-draft conversation or contact with the Bengals, okay? So he claims, again, according to Mike here, that there was no contact with anyone. So again, you're talking about someone who just gets drafted. Al gets briefed on this guy, gets told about this guy, and then it's okay. Now let me learn about him. Wait, I got to speak to the media about this guy. That, again, I'm sure he knows a decent bit, but he doesn't know as much, okay? So, again, people are really giving Al a lot of hate. I've seen people call Al an idiot. Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. I wish I didn't care about my job as much as he did. That's what people are saying. Listen, Al doesn't have a crystal ball and know who the Bengals are going to take so he can research who they are. Right? He knows of the guy. I'm sure he does. But he doesn't know as much detail. Okay? It's just Duke Tobin's the one who drafted him. Anyway, so they asked to describe Stewart's traits, and he says, I think they are elite, right? Right? So he's obviously asking, I don't know if this is more of a sarcastic tone, but again, people are very upset about it. He's asking us what a total blah, blah, and the pick proves it. Again, he's not the guy who drafted him. That's Duke Tobin. And again, like I said, at the end of the day, he does, he's kind of has to answer questions on this, which again, I get it. It's his job. He should be. But again, I don't know. I feel like I'm running in circles. Shemar Stewart said, big chip on my shoulder. This is going to stay there. People overlooked me for too long. I need to come in and prove y'all right. Minor technical difficulties on my end. Trey Hendrickson, man, I'm going to get under his tail and learn. I need to stop leaving my feet. Shemar Stewart. Okay, that's good. We do have some clips of him. Let me go ahead and... So, pretty much what this clip is, because college football is so awful when it comes to this stuff. The ball becomes a fumble. He's number 18 right here. He goes in, gets the ball, picks it up, and he has a very good knack for the football. Which, here's what I'll say, right? Because a lot of people are crapping on him for his numbers, obviously for his pass rushing numbers. He's a really good run stuffer. That's what he's really good at. He's really good at just getting to the ball carrier, getting to whoever has the football, and getting after them. But yeah, he hasn't put up that many crazy numbers, and that's really his biggest issue. And it's definitely something he needs to work on. And yes, there is a situation where this guy is a project. He is. His play style is awesome. I love the way he finishes. Can't wait to get him. And again, that's a great response by Al Golden. Yeah. So, again, listen. I understand the anger and the hatred, or not the hatred, but I understand the anger toward like this whole situation because you wanted somebody, we didn't get somebody. Trust me, I had a whole big board. I mean, like, if anyone understands it, this was my big board. That was my big board. Yeah. He was number 17 on the big board. So, I get it. I really do. I watched my number 2 go to the freaking Ratbirds. Yeah. And reality-wise, if you followed the channel the last month or two, you know he was my number 1. It is what it is at the end of the day. I said this in the video earlier. I'll say it again. We can't change the past. We can only change what happens in the future. We can only move forward and the best of our ability here. What we can do here is say, it's all Duke Tobin's fault. Fire him. No, on a real note, but I've actually been saying that for a while. We should fire Duke Tobin. We should get an actual GM in here. We should stop playing pretend. We should actually get a real GM who has a good draft record. We should actually get a real scouts on our team and get some real good scouts. We should really revamp everything. If you really want to talk about this pick being bad, what you need to do is you need to more or less put that energy toward cutting the head off the snake here in sense. It's a metaphor because you need a clean house. Like, you need to start from the very top and go down if you really want to fix all this. If you don't want this draft to happen again, you have to start from the top and work your way down. Duke Tobin, gone. Zach Taylor, gone. If you really want to kind of go through that whole mentality there. I think I'm... Okay, I live streamed for 4 hours. I just made a weird noise out of my mouth. And... Okay. I think I need to stop talking. Yeah. I don't know what just happened, but my throat just, like, closed up. Okay. That was weird. I don't know if you guys heard that noise, but my throat just closed up, and I could not breathe for a second. Okay. I'm gonna take the night off. For, like, not night off for today, obviously. I'm going to be drafting. I'll be live later today. I'm going to take the night off from when I'm recording this video at 1 a.m. in the morning. And I'm just going to go get some sleep. Because apparently I've been streaming way too long. Because my voice is shot. Who day, boys? Who day?